Previously on the Osrynn Tales live D&D. Having been teleported to Ravensblood Hollow and relaxing for the night at Pollock's Pulls on BDSM night, the group wakes up in the morning to find out the damage they had caused to the arcane wells. Previously on the Osrynn Tales live D&D. Waking up at the Adventurers Guild the day after accepting a job to steal an idol from a local dragonborn noble named Rakharishmi, the group decides to get some supplies and start looking for information on the noble's mansion. Their first stop is Minok's magnificent magicables, where Tail, the group's new kobold wizard friend, picks up a potion of growth for Reshi, and Rowan gets a flask of oil of infinite lubrication. Leaving the magic shop, the group heads back to the library where they met Tail in order to look up any public records on Rakharishmi's manor. They learn that it is actually the Merchants Guild manor and not the Dragonborn's personal house. They also learn of the construction guilds that built the manor along with the name of the architect who originally designed the building, but not the floor plans. The group starts to discuss the merits of simply knocking on the front door and asking for the idol when suddenly divine lightning struck the universe and the destruction of reality ensued.
Please stand by. The Osrynn Tales is experiencing technical difficulties. The multiverse you are trying to connect to no longer exists. Searching for a comparable replacement. Searching. Compatible multiverse found. Loading Osrynn Epsilon 75-A.
Leaving the magic shop, the group heads back to the library where they met Tail in order to look up any public records on Rakharishmi's manor. They learn that it is actually the Merchants Guild manor and not the Dragonborn's personal house. They also find the blueprints to the Merchants Guild master's manor, and given that Tail's dad is the library overseer, they secretly take the blueprints with them to plan their next steps. We take you now back to the world of the Osrynn Tales as our heroes leave the library for their next destination, wherever that may be. Will Rowan continue to antagonize Minok? Will Tail take to the life of crime he finds himself pursuing? Will the gods see fit to destroy another version of the Osrynn multiverse with another power outage? Find out now on episode 18 of the Osrynn Tales live D&D. Enjoy the show. Whoa! Wow, we're here. We are in it to win it tonight. I didn't completely screw up on scenes and things. I didn't accidentally play my normal channel intro instead of going right to the D&D intro, and then accidentally play the beginning part of last week's recap instead of tonight's recap. Tonight's game's gonna go great, you guys. Gonna go
Knock
great.
on wood.
Speaking of which, let's get right into it. We're down a player tonight due to the end of a summer session, school semester. Lots of paper writing needs to be done, so Mr. Abstracto's not with us tonight. But let's go around the virtual table, introduce everybody. We've got the Chattest Chad. Tell them who you're playing tonight.
Quothe, the Goliath Barbarian. I'm here with my gnome barbarian apprentice.
We've got Alex.
Hey, I'm playing Tail and Pages. I'm a kobold wizard.
We've got the Righteous Rachel.
Hey, I'm playing Reshi, a Dragonborn monk.
And we've got the Genie Bro.
Everybody Wang Chung tonight.
And
I'm
now
a bard in this game, all right.
Cool.
That's the appropriate way
Hashtag
to
cancel
do it.
Foulsham art. Get DMCA'd right off the bat. Speaking of Foulsham art, that's me, your humble dungeon master of this wild, absolutely wild campaign. For those of you who were here last week, when I had my power outage, the group was at the library looking for public records on Rakharish Mi's manor. They found out that it was the guild merchant's manor for the guild master of the merchants guild, and not specifically owned by Rakhari Shmi. And when lightning struck and killed the entire universe, I did some digging. I found a universe very similar to the one that we were playing in before.
You don't put the whole entire universe on an old hard drive.
You know, it's actually spread out across 19 floppy disks.
No, that makes even more sense now.
But don't worry, I've upgraded. We're on Betamax now.
Yeah,
so
hell yeah.
We're golden. You know, I'm in the process of upgrading it to an HD DVD that I'm gonna store on my Zune.
I still have a Zune in the closet.
Why would you admit something like that?
I have a Zune in the truck. It works great.
Anyway, we found a universe very similar to the one that we were playing in. The only difference is that they indeed found the public records of the blueprint of this manor as it was originally built. Who knows if there have been upgrades. I gave the group access to the blueprints, and gave them the week to plan out what they were gonna do. So let's hop back into the game here. Where we specifically left off, the group was leaving Minox Magnificent Magicables. It's a very hard name to say. I regret naming it that. They were leaving.
Call it Triple M.
They were leaving the Triple M. After getting
Maynard's Magic Shop. We got it.
Yeah. God damn it. They were leaving Minox shop and discussing whether or not to just go to the manor, to Rakhari Shmi's house, and ask him for the idol. I don't know if the group has actually looked at the blueprints that I showed them during the week, and if they talked about it. I've heard rumors that perhaps not. So we'll just start right on the cusp of them stepping out the doors into the streets of Ravensblood Hollow, just north of the Dock District. Literally the last thing that was said was Reshi suggesting you guys just knock on his door. Just broad daylight, knock on his door and ask about the idol. If you guys think that is still something you want to do, let me know. If you want to discuss other options, let me know. But I'm going to turn it over to you guys.
Who would be interested in doing that?
I am.
I would.
Okay.
I would like to point out that if we're planning to do this, we should probably put on some form of disguise, because it could go south if we go and ask for it, and then we steal it, and it's like, oh yeah, these people asked for it.
So
I don't
wait,
know how well I could disguise.
so you're saying that I should use the disguise kit that I have on me at all times?
Then maybe you and our little.
What an astute
Cobalt should go.
observation. So how do we want to do this then? We can we just want to inspect the item, right?
To find where it's at so we can either go back later or just try and distract and take it while you're in there.
I'm thinking we take it. We can use a little bit of a He needs a little bit of funny business to take the thing.
Okay.
We don't
So
we
do
don't
you-
know what it we don't necessarily know what it looks like, but if I know what it looks like, I can if we can distract him, maybe pull him out of the room, we can try to run a spell on him.
We
Okay.
have our disguises ready.
Yeah, the description that you were given, you've not seen like a drawing or a picture of it, but the description that Two Fingers gave you at your meeting in the sewers was that the idol basically looks like a squid or an octopus, but instead of the mouth being between its legs on the underside of like the balloon sack head of the creature, it's on the top of its head, and it's got 3 vertical eyes above the mouth.
Okay,
So
so
you-
Jeannie, are you good with going in with sand then? Do y'all want to do that?
Yeah. That's fine. We just need to run some kind of distraction. I can run minor illusion. We can do a little swippy swap. In and out.
All right, let's do it.
That's what I think.
What should I look like? I'm not that imaginative, I'll be honest. So.
Okay, so is the item, is it religious in
Yes, it is
It
a
is.
religious idol.
All right, so me and you are dressing up as priests, buddy bud. You're so I am the head priest. Does this town have a church in it?
Yeah, this is a fairly large city. It's like the Miami of this world. It's a
Okay.
pretty large city. And there's primarily churches and temples of the Orm. The
Orm is
Ornites.
the
Yeah, ORN, the Orn. The Ornites are the extraplanar beings that created humans and halflings in this world. This is a human-dominated city. It's the capital of the human province of Ravensblood Hollow, city of Ravensblood. So primarily Ornish, or temples to the Orn and Ornites. There are also a few temples that are primarily El in their faith, for the elves, who are very much the second most populous group of people in this town. All the other temples are just pantheistic. Like, there might be a shrine in it for the celestial dragons. There might be one for the Gorm that the dwarves and gnomes worship. There might be one for off in a dark corner somewhere that people don't like to talk about, for the half orcs to pray to an orcish god or something.
The Ornites, right?
Yeah, but the Ornites are the human pantheon of gods.
Okay.
So
well,
I take it that this idol worship object is kind of taboo then?
It's definitely well, actually, you know what? Before I just give some information away, let's roll either a history or a religion check for me, San.
Sure.
Alex.
History will be good. Yeah, we'll go with history. Looks like a 19, sir.
19.
Nice.
All right. So, knowing your history of, growing up in a human city and all that, either through word of mouth or just, studying books and whatnot, that the Ornites, the quote unquote gods that created humans and halflings, are very much humanoid. Like, they are basically just really, really tall, like 14 and a half, 15 feet tall people with like metallic colored skin and like pure colored eyes, like without pupils and stuff, kind of emit light and whatnot. There are no non-humanoid gods in that pantheon. So you would know that this idol is definitely not from the Ornite pantheon, the humans and halflings religion, and is probably somewhat of a curious oddity in this part of the world. You're not exactly sure what religion it would belong to, though. You also are aware that, like, the elves and the dwarves and gnomes, like, their gods are also very similar to what they look like in the material.
All right, so we're a preservation group then.
That sounds good.
I think we're a preservation group instead.
I have an alternate plan.
Okay. Shoot.
Tail's father is known to be a collector. That's how Tail came about. So if in the moment you decide that you need some backing, go for the library.
Okay. So we're a preservation group that basically is just cataloging some of these oddities that we've heard about. And obviously because this is a private collection, we don't want to take it. But we would love to take a look at it if he would be so kind to let us. That would be great. Is that you guys cool with that?
I think that's fantastic. Yeah, that's
all right.
perfect.
Sounds good.
What do we? So it's gonna be me and Tails. Do any of you guys want to go, or do you guys have any idea on what you want to do here? Because if this goes south, we're gonna need help. I don't want you guys to just sit at the house until.
How about I just stay like outside the gate maybe, and then we gotta have some kind of way for you to let us know that something's wrong though.
Does anybody have anything that makes a really loud noise?
If shit gets real wonky, I'll use pyrotechnics. I'm just gonna tell you right now. if it gets out of hand in there, like really out of hand, I'm probably just gonna fire off pyrotechnics in the house.
Okay.
And you should be able to hear that, right? Does that work in the properties of it? Can I get a DM? He won't let me know. Okay.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Let me look and see.
Is
it's
it
flame? You can create either fireworks or smoke when you do so. So fireworks make a popping noise. The target explodes with dazzling display of colors. Each creature. It mentions display of colors. It should make a noise though, right? I feel like the implication that it is fireworks would imply that there's a noise involved, because fireworks have to pop.
It's true. Yeah, I can dig it.
No, I'm hoping we don't have to do this. I hope that we walk right out this bitch. We do need a distraction though. Tills, you got any ideas on a distraction? Anybody got any ideas how we can get him out of the room so we can try to swap this thing?
Well, the distraction, I don't know, but I can talk to Pages if I'm kind of close.
All right, so do we have let's have Pages cause some commotion in a separate part of the house. Can we do that?
Yeah.
You could have Pages do that, and then I could come to the door, and then he'd have to come to the door, and I could say, "Oh, you found my cat." If Pages would be willing to come with me and separate from Tails a little bit.
Interesting.
Pages likes the pretty lady.
Well, there we go. So I will come to the door, and then he'll have to answer, and then we'll find Pages while you guys take the idol.
I mean, if it's in the main room, though, it's going to be right next to him.
It's true. I was hoping that it's not. But maybe when he turns his back to get the door, you could slip it in real quick into your bag.
You know me. Really good at just slipping it in. All right, this sounds like the plan, guys. Are we all on the same page on this thing?
I don't know about the last few sentences, but I'm down.
All right, you're the one. Look,
there's a lot of assumptions.
I watched you have a lot of fun a few nights ago at that club. So don't you go judging me. All right, so something I want to do real quick is I actually want to tap. I want to tap Tail on the head and cast Enhanceability. I want to give him Eagle Splendor, which is charisma checks. It's advantage on charisma checks.
Eagle.
Eagle? Yeah. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right.
How long does
Does
that
it level-
last?
Concentration up to 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay. I will say that you do that like right before you like go through.
Yeah,
the
right before we
gates to, like,
yeah, not this second. Like when we get ready to go, just I'm putting it out there that I'm gonna give him a little charisma check here to try to make things a little hopefully run a little smoother.
Alrighty, so you guys have a plan, and you guys are gonna let me just Tails and Rowan are going to disguise themselves as members of a historical preservation society working for the Lenore Malloway repository.
Yep.
And you just happen to show up at the same time as Reshi, who's looking for her pet cat, who somehow got into the house.
Well, I'm not going to show up yet. I'm going to wait for a little bit.
Okay. But the cat's going in first. Is that what, like...
I mean, he can
Pages
sneak in
is-
pretty easily, right?
Pages is going to go in.
Yeah.
You should be able to get in.
Sorry,
And
keep
then
going.
the other people, you guys start showing. All right.
This is more planning in the last like 4 minutes than I've done this entire series.
I'm really proud of you right now. I don't think you understand. I am so proud of you for coming up with this hardcore plan.
This is very out of character for Rowan.
Oh, it really, really is, isn't it?
But you know what? It's it's us stealing something, so he's good at it. Apparently.
All right, let me. I'm gonna drag your characters.
So this the Ornite. Well, no. I probably shouldn't look like Tail. Well, no, wait. If we're going into the guise of the library, right?
Yeah.
Then I won't put on a disguise.
That's up to you, dude.
I'm still gonna dress up. You gotta look a little official. So I'm gonna not be wearing my usual. I'm not gonna take in guitar or any of that shit.
Well, I was thinking, if you do your disguise, people know me from the library already. So it's kind of like I'm the representative of the library, you're the representative of the Preservation Society. Does that make sense?
Yeah. In fact.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. Look. Clean haired, short haired Rowan. He's cleaning up a little bit because he's
All right. So you guys head over to the Guildmaster's Manor for the Merchants Guild. It's I don't want to say high on a hill overlooking Raven's Blood Hollow, but it is on a bit of a hill. It's still coastal, right? It's still low-lying coastal city, but it is up a bit of a hill. And you come to this really ornate mansion. This think Wayne Manor, right? Big central house, 2 wings, a west and east wing coming off either side of it. Large hedgerow kind of blocking the street view with a wrought iron gate that you can kind of see through. When you guys arrive, there is some security. So you guys can kind of see that walking up the road. So before we go to the actual like top down map, I'm gonna need some more like actual specifics on how this is all gonna happen. Who's going in first and how are they going in?
So let's get Pages in. He just needs to be kind of hanging out. You said you can talk to him, right?
Yeah, I was mistaken before. I can totally talk and see through him, as long as he's within 100 feet of me.
Right.
But
Okay, well,
for story's sake, since I was unaware of that, I'm pretty sure he didn't see shit in the sewers, or at least doesn't want to tell me about it.
It was a it was a lot of turns and twists and backtracking, and it's just real confusing. You can't expect a cat to remember the exact directions.
He did give me a nice list of places he thought might be comfortable to lay in and bask in the not so sunny area.
Yeah, I'd be worried about a cat that wants to hang out in a sewer. All right, so you're gonna send pagers in. You guys have the images of the floor plan in Discord, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let me know where you want pages to enter so that I can like reveal the fog of war and get all of this stuff properly situated.
First thing I'd like is pages to do a loop of the house and look for open windows.
Okay. Give me a perception check for pages.
What is pages perception?
I don't know. It's a cat.
Perception +3. Okay. 15.
15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it works on mine.
All right. So pages sees every once in a while, pretty much all around the house on the second and third floors, there are windows open because it's summertime and they're up off the ground. They don't have to worry about people like breaking in or whatever. It's also daytime.
people, but not kitties.
Now you don't get this information until he comes back. The house itself is much more than 100 feet
yeah.
wide, and well, is it 100 feet wide? I mean, you'd have to be like right up against the house, but you're not. You're still like down the road from it, but like, oh yeah, the house is wider and definitely longer than 100 feet. It's like a giant mansion.
I see there are like bushes on the first. Are any of those like small trees that pages could jump from into the building?
The bigger ones that are further away from the house are trees. The small ones that are right next to the house are just hedges, which are a little bit taller than Tail is. So about belly button height for a normal human.
I assume this is kind of like swanky Ivy League school looking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's like Wayne Manor, like Batman's house. It's like
Xavier's School for the Gifted.
Yep.
Is there a wall that has that climbing vine on it?
Yeah, there's probably some of those on like the sides of the house, on the short sides. There's also some windows that are open on the first floor, on the east wing, around like the servants' quarters and kitchens.
I could throw the cat through the window.
Please don't. Please don't.
The grounds
has very, very little health.
As you say that, the grounds themselves, there's like a 50-foot wide lawn that encircles the entire house, and there's a fence that goes the whole way, like around the property itself. So for you guys to get in, you're either gonna have to climb a wrought iron fence with spikes at the top, or go through the gate. And I doubt you're gonna be able to throw a cat through a window
And the
over a
cat
fence.
Won't know till we try.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I'll have Pages in the bushes by the kitchen that
Okay.
has the open window, because that would make sense for a cat to come in through that window.
Sounds good. Give me a stealth roll for Pages.
Oof, I'm not used to familiars. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah, apparently pretty stealthy. 17 plus 4,
Ooh, all
21.
Right. Oh yeah. All right. Where is?
Is disadvantage like finding a cucumber on entry or something?
I didn't see that one coming.
How did that not work? Oh, give me a second here.
The cat has advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on smell.
All right. So when I bring you over to the new map, Pages is gonna be on the far right hand side at close to the top. Let me
Okie dokie.
reveal the kitchen here. And we'll bring you guys right on over. Zoom in a little bit for the stream. So Pages is right. Which is it? Shift. Did that
I see
zoom you over?
It didn't, but I know where he's at.
Is it that one? Is it this one? Or wait, that should have been.
Oh my gosh, that scared the poop out of me.
I was doing it wrong.
I think the BGM's too loud in Osrynn Tales.
You can turn it down on your.
Yeah, I'll adjust here in a second. I have a black screen. Is that what I'm supposed to have?
Move over to the top right-hand corner of the map. You guys might know the floor plan, but you don't know where all of the NPCs are, so I still have to use Fog of War. But Pages has just hopped in through this window that he is standing next to. The servants here, they're just minding their own business, moving about, doing their thing.
We don't know the location of the actual artifact, do we?
Yeah, that moved me.
That's what we're trying
There
to
we
figure
go.
out.
I was using the wrong mouse when I was trying to do it before. Do computers, everybody. Not enough screens to do this on one computer. Okay. So Pages, you hop into the kitchen here. There are servants preparing food, and you see some of them at these basins here doing laundry. This one that's moving around is like wringing the laundry out and like drying it near this fire. People are like preparing food and taking it out this door over here. But Tail doesn't know any of this. So currently, you are playing just as your cat. Let me know what Pages
what is
wants
this
to do.
person? What direction are they looking?
They're engrossed in work, churning butter at the little bucket in front of them.
Would they notice if Pages just kind of snuck around the room and went out this door?
With your stealth check, no.
Pages would like to do that.
Alrighty.
Go, Pages, go!
Why is that zooming me in and out?
Pages is currently looking for a comfy room or spot that there aren't a lot of people, and she can just hang out.
Guys, my mouse is broken.
It's always something with you.
It really is. Reveal areas. Reveal. A bit of a hallway. You can see into a servant's quarter. I'm not gonna reveal what's outside that window down there because you're a cat and you're too short and you can't see out the window.
Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable.
This servant is walking down the hallway this way.
I already see exactly what Pages wants to do. Pages just wants to come down here and lay on this bed.
All right.
Makes sense.
That's all she wants to do.
I get it. Oops.
All right. Pages goes and lays on the bed. Meanwhile, at the front gates or near there, with Pages trying to infiltrate and outside of Tail's range, what are Tail and Rowan and Reshi and Quothe and Damu doing?
Hey, Damo, you want to come with us? Yeah, let me go with you. Come on. No, you're staying here. You're staying here. Okay.
No. Okay.
It's my firm belief that he might have a little bit of shell rot and needs to take care of it.
Oh, no.
All right,
Poor
we'll zip
Damu.
over here. You guys aren't this close to the house yet. You're still about 50 feet away from the house, outside the front gates. You can see there is a guard on the inside part of the wrought iron gate, who is obviously there, if people come calling to check out who they are, let them in, or refuse them entrance, yada yada yada. So who's approaching the gate, and what do you guys? How is this gonna happen?
Tail is very, very timid, so Tail will go in behind, kind of like halfway hidden, little kid at a party, afraid, hiding behind the parent kind of thing, for Genie.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess we'll pull up and we'll start our jam here, right?
Then I started blasting.
And then we started blasting.
All right, yeah. So you guys, you're at the front, you're at the front gates, still off the map here. And one of the guards kind of looks the two of you over. What do your disguises look like?
I'm in kind of I'm not like a clergyman, but there's very much I have a formal kind of robe on.
Mm-hmm.
Something that gives off kind of the air of maybe vaguely religious in origin, but not necessarily. I don't have any major insignias or anything on me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. The guard kind of looks you up and down, kind of spots tail behind you, kind of like hiding behind your leg. He says, right, and state your business.
Gentlemen, good day. Good day, gentlemen. Me and my young apprentice here, we're from the Preservation Society for the local repository. And we heard that there might be a particularly interesting piece that we would really, really, really love to document and maybe write down a few things about. Is there any way that we could potentially talk to the owner of this item?
He says, perhaps, let me, he pulls out like a clipboard, looking kind of thing. And, give me a persuasion. Sugar Daddy Weasel strikes again for Groot.
Hell yeah, he does. 16?
Bardic inspiration to whoever Groot is.
I got that.
16. He looks through his his clipboard and says, "All right, yep." This is a bit early, but I can see if the master is available. Wasn't expecting you for another 15 minutes, half an hour or so, but yeah, we can get the appraisal underway, I think.
Wonderful.
So he opens the front gates to the property. He leads you up, takes you up to these two guards here, that you can see on screen.
Okay, I didn't see the other guards. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Like, we had only so much space on a map, you know.
No, you're good.
He leads you up the path, like, you know, the 75 or so feet up to the steps, and drops you off with these guards here. He says, "Right, boys, these are the appraisers from the Circle Preservation Society. If you can see him inside, and alert the master that his guests are here. Hopefully, we can get them on their way and have everything sorted for the party tomorrow night, all nice and smooth like."
Awesome.
He turns and goes back to his post at the gate leading to the outside world, leaving, I think, the two of you up here with these guys. They will take you inside the house.
Chad for sure has the best disguise. I'm not sure who took over his spot there, but
Whoa, hey. Rachel, I think
That's
someone
pretty
broke
good.
into your house.
apparently
Not
Groucho
snuggling
Marx
with
is
that person
available.
tonight.
We should have brought Chad with us with that one, man. Jeez.
Well, see, I was hoping that we would go with that dragon priest stuff because I have a dragon priest on standby.
Actually,
Oh, damn.
I'll reveal like that much. And you guys can see probably that as well. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So you guys enter.
Nice place.
Yeah, you enter this big foyer, or not even foyer, but like this main hallway. You can see up here there's some stairs that lead up 5 feet to a platform. These stairs lead up again to this platform up here. There's 2 guards at the base of these stairs. 2 guys who are looking pretty. They look. What's the word? austere, like
Important?
serious. Yeah, like they hold some weight. They're also the guards are wearing chainmail armor with like a little bit of plate mail padding, so they're mostly chainmail, but like they've got like, you know, forearm bracers, shoulder pads, you know, and like shin guards, right, that are made out of plate. These two dudes, the one on the, let me make sure I get this right.
Why does one look like an abomination? Is that a guy? Oh, it is.
Maybe.
The yellow over it makes it look like some type of tentacle monster.
Well,
Yeah, they've all got this weird filter. Like
Well, I
some
didn't-
guards are blue and they're yellow.
yeah, well, okay,
Yeah, they're
so
gold. Yeah.
you may have heard one of the guards mention a party that's happening tomorrow night. I didn't know when you guys were gonna show up. In order for you guys to be able to spot the guards and like the official staff members, I put little filters on them. But yeah, this map may have been filled with literally dozens of tokens, and I just wanted you guys to make sure like you could easily spot the difference between guards and guests, if and when you guys interacted with that. The guy on the left, I'll take off the orange here. Is in full plate mail. The guy on the right is in half plate. We'll can I do
I would have
this?
saw it the other way around. Oh, okay.
So he looks very official. He's actually holding like a helmet under one of his arms. And then this guy here is, interesting. Yeah, the pictures are backwards from what I would thought they would have been. But according to their character sheets, hey, what can you do? They come over here. Both of them. The guy on the left should have a name. If anybody in chat wants to pop some of those channel points and give us a name for a knight in shining armor, a sir something, feel free to drop some coins on that. And the other guy is also gonna need a name, but he is not an official knight.
Can we throw
but,
down for that? Oh, sirloin.
Sirloin. Sirloin. Spelled sirloin. Sirloin, and he comes up, and his protege, as you will, they come over. They Sirloin says, "Right, gents, we'll take it from here. You must be the appraisers that we were waiting for." He says, "If you follow us to the parlor, we will alert the master that you are here." They start making their way over this way. Do you follow, or what do you guys do?
The indecision is real.
Yeah, we'll follow. Let's go.
He found a skittle on the ground. He's chasing it.
Where's Tails? Come on.
Okay.
So you can see in here there's like a conference table in the middle, with some chairs, and a few tables around the outside. It's interesting for a parlor setup, but it looks like you do know that this guy is like personally like made his trade in antiques and valuable items, artifacts and antiquities. And he's also the head of the Merchants Guild. So this parlor immediately gives you the vibe of a like an appraisal room, where like if he's doing like personal business, someone might come in. You can see, like, I'll zoom in on the map here. You can kind of see how these tables are split by like some small walls in between each of these tables. It kind of gives them like if you've ever been like in one of the study booths at like a library on like a college campus, you know how they have like the walls, right, like on that side of the desk so that you can like stay private for what you're doing. It's very much like that. But there is like this main conference table, Sirloin and his protege Chuck Steak is they say, right, you can have a seat at the table there. We will this is my second here. You could call him Mr. Steak. He'll wait with you if you have any questions. If you need anything, coffee, tea, a place to relieve yourselves, just let him know. And I'll be back with the master as soon as he is available. He moves off and then heads up these stairs and disappears.
Is the item in the room right now?
No.
All right.
Genie's like, swipe and run, swipe and run.
You just hear glass shatter. Where's Genie?
Well, here's all right, guys. So here's a problem. So the idea of us making a commotion with the cat, that's gonna.
There's two of them. Yeah, and
they're just gonna send some guards. They're not gonna actually send the goofballs in this room. So we're gonna have to figure this out. Also, these dudes know their antiquities, so we're gonna have to play this real cool because we're supposed to be like a weird preservation group, and we're supposed to know our antiquities too. Apparently, this might go south soon.
Yeah, but Tails knows stuff. Tails knows stuff.
Tails knows a lot. Tails knows a lot.
He knows just all right. Can he help me get? Well, I'm supposed to be the guy, so.
I've heard a rumor that Tail owns at least one book.
Yeah. He may have a couple.
Okay, so.
Well, I mean, you could be there on official business, having someone do the analytics or whatever, and he can check it out and do all that stuff.
That's
while you
true.
make
Yeah,
small
it doesn't
talk.
have to be. Yeah. We're not stuck yet. And when he comes back with it, we
Panic
can
and
ask...
run!
I mean, the
Right.
least you could do is maybe find out where it's located in the building.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah, no, we're
Just
Then you can use
don't
your
have to fight
biz.
our ways out. Yeah.
I'm not panicking yet. I'm not panicking.
So these are chairs around this table, I guess, right?
Yeah. The
I'm gonna go ahead and sit down.
that thing's a chair. That's a chair. This is like a pushed-in chair. That's a pushed-in chair. These
I'm sitting
three
down.
and these three are chairs. as
What you should
well.
have done is stuck Tails in your bag of holding and then dropped them off before you left.
No.
Just throw them at them.
No, just hide them in the room.
Tails is gonna he's gonna summon
Oh.
his scribely quill, his wizardly quill. And he's gonna start jotting notes in a little notebook he keeps.
So yeah, he Chuck here, Mr. Chuck Steak. He does that thing where like guards or like security personnel that are like in the same room as you try and make themselves like a piece of furniture. He just like stands in between these two doors and he like stares at this post in the wall, like just above anybody's head that would like be in the room. He's just like looking like at the like a 7.5 foot, 8 foot high area on this wall over here, just, you know, quote unquote at attention, right? Like he's definitely like aware of what you're doing in this room, but he's doing his duty of just like, if you need anything, you ask him. Otherwise, he's just there to make sure nothing shitty happens, you know?
Absolutely nothing shitty happening here. This is just two very, very professional.
So you guys have a few minutes as Sirloin goes off and finds Rakharish Me. Is there anything immediately that you guys want to do, or do you just want to wait until the appointment?
I have an idea though. I'm just gonna say it. So, what if you considered talking to Rock Harish and saying, if you donate this, you could get some prestige with the community. Any kind of way to like see if he'd be willing to just hand it over.
Are we able to talk like this right now?
I mean, depends on the group.
Call me out, Rowan.
I don't really mind it.
Okay.
So
the majority of people in this group are new to playing D&D, so working together to kind of figure out your tactics and stuff, I think, is fine. I think, but in a more tenured group of people, it would be like the characters that are involved in the scene would be the ones involved in a scene. But hey, I'm a casual.
I won't say anything again.
I'm a casual guy.
No, I didn't mean mean it like that. I like that idea. I was just making sure that I didn't.
No. I know, Jeannie.
It's
okay.
Yeah, our DM
Damn
will make
it,
a
we're
ruling on
good.
it for
So
doing something bad, I suppose.
I hadn't said anything about it, but my idea was to trade access to the restricted section of books for the idol.
Ooh.
Because there's always going to be, at every library, books that are not open to the public.
That's true.
And I think someone of power or interest in collections might be interested in that.
Prominently among them is a book that talks about how Osrynn is actually a spheroidal planet and not just a shelf of dirt riding on the back of a giant turtle in the aether.
Well, that's heresy. Don't.
It is heresy. You're right.
We haven't decided whether we wanted to file it under fact or fiction yet. We're still working on that.
There's another
Definitely
book that says
fiction.
that the planet of Osrynn actually revolves around the dual suns and not the other way around. Which is also just complete nuts. Of course the suns revolve around the planet.
It's the center of the universe.
Yeah. I mean, it's magic. It might literally be the center of the universe. You don't know.
So did these guys get lost upstairs?
I was just waiting to see if you guys want to do anything before they arrive. They're, it's going to be a few minutes. So if
Is there anybody?
if you're
He's in the
good
room
to
with
just,
us still, right?
Yeah, Chuck Steak is still in the room with you. He's like
Can
the second
can I talk to
in.
Chuck?
Yeah, sure. He's, just staring at the wall as you approach him.
So, Mr. Steak, how long have you been working with the what's it?
Rock Harish.
Rakarishi.
He turns to you as you address him. He says, I'm Sirloin's squire. I've been working for Sirloin for probably a good 10 years now, and we've been working for Rock Irish Me for the last 5. He's been guildmaster for about 7 years, and the old head of security retired, and he brought on Sirloin, who's a good friend of his from back in his old adventuring days.
Awesome. Great. That's a really riveting story you got there. Man, 7 years. So you've been here for 5, right?
Yep. Just it's gonna be the 5th year anniversary in about 2 months, I believe.
Awesome.
I might finally get a cupcake with a candle in it.
25 years, you get a gold watch light.
It's a lot of fun. Cake is fun. Maybe cupcakes and a candle. That's.
I've never had
Question.
cake before.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
That's why I'm here. Information, anything you need.
Generally, how often does the Baron hold these little get-togethers for the antiquities?
Oh, it depends, really. Depends on how business is. Whenever he gets something curious, of a curious sort, a little something interesting that you don't normally see around Raven's Blood, he'll hold a little soiree, as they say. Invite, all the people in town, all the movers and shakers. I hear some members of his own adventuring group are gonna be here tomorrow night. It's a bit of a reunion party as well.
Okay. Big party, lots of people here. That sounds like a great time.
I wouldn't know. I'm not allowed to go to these things.
Ouch. Sorry, man.
Tail is gonna look up from his notes and ask.
I'm usually working
Chuck's
in
take
one
a
of the
question.
gates. Yeah, you ask a question.
Wait, is Mr. Rock nice?
Oh yeah, he's all right. He's a bit stuck in his studies as much as a sorcerer of his caliber is. But doesn't beat me like the last manor owner I worked for did. So things are looking up. Like I said, I might even get a cupcake in a couple of weeks. Never had cake before. I wonder what it tastes like. I hear it tastes like sweetness. Kind of like a piece of ripe fruit, maybe? I'm not sure. Don't really have much fruit either.
You should have more fruit. You might get scurvy.
He's like, I heard that. Is that why my teeth is falling out?
That's a possibility.
Fingernail fell off the other day.
Oh my god.
He holds up a hand. There's a bandage on his pinky finger. Just pop right off.
Oh.
I would now like to stay maximum distance away from him because I'm pretty sure he's got the Black Plague. Not actually scurvy, just the Black Plague, full on, all in there.
Oh man.
Scurvy. That's a funny word, ain't it?
Okay.
You know what? If you need anything, just let me know. I could get one of the servants to bring you some coffee or some tea, maybe a biscuit. Never had a biscuit either.
You know what? Some tea and a biscuit sounds fantastic.
Can I get 2 biscuits too?
And my little buddy here would love some biscuits.
Some tea and some biscuits, right? I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go tell one of the servants that we need some tea and some biscuits.
Thank you so much.
He's gonna walk over here.
This cabinet right here with all this paperwork and shit hanging out of it.
Yeah.
Anything good in there? Can we rifle through there, see if there's anything interesting?
Sure.
Okay.
Give me an
You are devious as fuck.
Give me an investigation check.
Let's see here. Investigating.
A 5.
Yeah, not great.
Most of these pages are blank, actually. Some of them are empty contracts. So like there's like the generic like formal like stuff in there, like, you know, the party of the first in and of the party of the second, you know, like all that stupid legalese stuff with like big spaces for like people to write their names in, you know, to like identify like who they are and like what the contract is about. And then there's just some like blank sheets of paper, quills, ink pots, you know, wax for melting, and like a personal like stamp for like seal, you know, putting a seal on a contract.
Is it was there any with any like pre-signed?
Not with a 5 in it, no.
Okay.
They're all just
Question: Can I peek out
forms.
this window here and kind of see what's going on over here?
Sure.
What's kind of going on over in this area?
Let me do that. I'll zoom out a bit. Here. From that. There.
Okay.
So right below you, these steps lead down about 10, 15 feet or so. There is a door right here that leads back into the house, which you know would be like the basement, like it's below you. So it's like a 15-foot drop from this window to this area. This part of the this cobblestone area, this part is at the same level that you're at right now. So these stairs lead down and then into like a cellar doorway. Then there's like some stairs that lead up to some kind of building over here. There's a door into this building as well over there. This as well. You can kind of see there's like a building across the way. What you do not see, interestingly enough, is there's like no door here to get back into the building, and you don't remember seeing a door over to like get in
right there
over there either. So you're not, the doors are shut. You can't really see through the windows. You're not exactly sure what's in this building, but you're fairly sure that there's no way in or out of it from inside the house. That you'd have to go outside of the house to get into whatever this building is, and you think that this leads into a basement or a cellar of some type.
Okay. What do you guys think here? We got a few minutes. I kind of think we kind of roll into this and see if we can at least get our eyes on this damn thing.
Well, I think there's a from the schematics we have, it looks like there's a service entrance for, I don't know, some type of staff that's fairly close to the spiral staircase, and I assume this thing's close to the top floor.
But if they just bring it down here to us,
that would be convenient.
Yeah,
at least
and
it'll be closer.
I'm almost willing to try to do that to give this a chance to see if they bring this thing down.
If they take it to you, there's no way we can get to you.
We can get out. I promise you. I got an idea. Like I said, even if my shit goes wild, even if this whole we can't distract everything goes wild, I've got a contingency. I've actually got a few. I've got a few.
I don't like the sound of that.
Well, you know me.
Astro glides down the staircase.
There's a lot of yeah. That's one of them.
I will say that there is enough oil of infinite lubrication to cover one medium-sized creature.
That's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot.
Yeah, or like a 10-foot by 10-foot square. So like four squares on a map.
Do we feel like we could? Do you think Reshi could maybe sneak around and get maybe a look at maybe some things on this other side, maybe on the first floor, like on the
What do you want
maybe
me to do?
like the outside,
I'm gonna walk around it.
like over in this area? Maybe try to get maybe some eyes over there.
I can do that. Will I get? I mean, hopefully I won't get in trouble for walking around the house.
You would still be outside the main gates.
You're still technically outside the main gate.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying though. Hopefully someone won't be like, "Oh, there's a creepy dragon walking around the house."
If you could just get us maybe just kind of a if somebody
I
asks
still
you
have
if something's
tails.
wrong, yeah, if
Yeah, I'll
you
just say my cat's missing.
exactly, you're looking for your cat.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll move around.
Okay. Give me if you're trying to be like super sneaky about it, roll stealth. If you're not trying to be like super sneaky about it, just roll perception. So just perception with a 9.
It's pretty reasonable.
It's not gonna do much, is it?
It's not that bad.
I mean, it's it's a little below average. There's some spots that you can't really see, because of it being just the nature of the property. But I can show you a little bit here. Yeah. So again, technically you're still not on this map proper. You're still like 50 feet outside of the map.
Okay.
Just because, if I made the map too big, it would take forever to load. But you can...
So can I still roll stealth? Because I think I have a good chance in stealth. Or did I already use my ability turn?
I mean, if you want to roll stealth, you can.
She kind of is the definition of a ninja. Oh my god, she
There
actually
you
is.
go.
23 in stealth. Hell yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh,
So...
I see what you mean.
So yeah, you get like a bit of like the front, but you can't really see into the back. There's like other property and there's like no alleyways and stuff for you to like really get into the back of this manor.
Okay.
You can make out that part over on that side of the building, and I'll reveal the other side as well, because you kind of like quote unquote case the joint. Like that. Here. This.
Well, it seems like security's pretty lax outside. There's no patrolling guards or anything. I wonder
it
if
seems too
scaling's
crazy.
an option. I got a bunch of rope on me.
You can definitely try if you want.
Use Damu as the grappling hook.
I mean, where's this guy though with this idol? Is he not coming or?
Yeah, this is. Can I get
Well, I
some
figured
tea?
I figured you were casing the joint as they like
You
went
can't
in.
do both at the same time.
Yeah, I'm only
Yeah.
one
I
person.
gotcha. Yeah, no, Jeff, you need to be 5 right now, okay?
Well, that's impossible.
Maybe I can go in and look for my cat.
Um,
I think that Pages has determined that that bed is just not comfy enough and wants to wander around and find something more comfy to lay on.
Oh boy.
There, add that
Oh,
to your
there it
list of
is.
things
There
to
it
do,
is.
Jeff.
Jesus Christ. Swear to God.
I mean,
All right,
cats do be doing that though. Cats like that.
I
Maybe the
mean,
cat can go upstairs and somebody can see through its eyes.
um, where is the cat going?
The cat would like to go. Does it work with measurement? Yeah, you can see measurement, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The cat would first like to explore this.
Okay, dokie. I should also probably reveal the inside of this room. I forgot to do that. So this is just a bedroom. A couple of beds in here. Looks like servants' quarters. Same thing. Or not same thing. This is like a storage room up here. You can see extra stools, extra chairs, some tables, things like that. In
You're
that
good.
room.
Paige is going to try every chair in this room until she finds a comfy one.
All right. Where are my dice? Okay, so while Reshi cases the joint and the cat looks for stuff,
Aerodynamics of a cow.
Chuck Steak goes off looking for refreshments for you guys, and literally, like, as you start to realize that there is no blank but signed fucking contracts. Here. These guys down to the token layer. Coming down the stairs, you have Rock Harishmi and his head of security. They come over here and into the room. He Rock Harishmi is a 7.5 foot tall bronze dragonborn.
This ain't gonna work the way I thought it was.
He's not a monk, though, right?
He's he's a sorcerer.
That is just as bad.
Yep.
He's got sort of how I draw Reshi, not on her actual overlay, the way she actually looks in the game, but the way that I draw her on the like my quick version of drawing her in the recaps. He has like the sort of like the fan frill on the backside of his head that end in small little horns. Kind of like a bronze dragonborn's frill, or horns kind of have like that, sort of like a triceratops, right? They kind of have like that fan that goes around the back of their head. And then down the back of his neck is like a hard, spiny, dorsal fin that you would see like on certain fish. It goes down his back and like pokes through his robes a little bit here and there. But it seems to like dissipate or like get smaller and just like fade into his spine, kind of at the upper bits of his shoulder, like right in the middle of his shoulder blades. He takes a look at you guys, sizes you up. He says, I was I was not expecting the two of you. I thought my friend Jonas was going to be doing the appraisals. Is everything all right? Is Jonas going to be joining us for this meeting? All of this that has just happened has taken about 7 minutes, and you remember the guard at the front door saying that you guys were about half an hour early to this meeting. just
We
wanted-
better hope whoever's coming is late, or definitely not
I
early.
think we're gonna say we're gonna do some. Let me move my rear end over here though. Tail, get over here. Get over here, Tail.
Tail is gonna dismiss the quill.
Hmm.
It's no longer in existence.
Baron, it's so good to see you. We have not actually met. I think there might have been a little bit of miscommunication from the guards earlier, but we didn't want to be impolite, so we came in. Hi, my name is Minok, and this is my buddy Leg. I know it's an odd name. I don't know why they named him after Leg, but this is my apprentice. And I'm actually we're both with a preservation organization closely tied to the local depository. And
right, yes. That's what I said. I thought, like I said, I thought Jonah was going to be here today to do the appraisal. Is he not joining us?
No, I actually think we might be with two different organizations here. Is it
Well, I only
okay?
know of one, the Lenore Malloway repository. That's the only repository I know of.
Oh, we're with the South branch. It's a new branch.
A new branch, you say? Roll deception.
Yeah.
$24. He says, my he does a deep bow. He says, my sincerest apologies. Minok, you said. Is that any relation to the old man who owns the magnificent magicables?
I've heard of this gentleman, but I think he might have. I don't know. There's something weird about that. Possibly he's trying to steal my name or identity. I don't know. We haven't really
He's like
had
100
huge
years
He looks at you. He's like odd that a elderly gentleman would try to steal the name of a man who was probably born when Minok re-entered wearing diapers, but as you wish.
Look, I
do
really
like his
discussed it with
hats
him.
though. Always has the best hat.
Those are great hats, wonderful hats. I've heard that it's maybe enchanted, but who knows? Who knows?
I
Anyway,
wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt
look,
it.
Baron, I really you've already been incredibly gracious. I don't really want to take up too much of your time. We just want to catalog one particular item. I can't remember the name of the item.
We weren't given a name.
Oh, we weren't. Okay, good.
It's a
It's
statuette with a
the
shape.
octopus staff.
It's
The staff of Cthulhu.
It's an idol,
Oh my
not a
God.
staff.
You might be familiar with it. I don't know. You in your vast collection, it is an idol. It resembles an octopus.
He kind of does a sharp inhale a little bit. He's like, yes, the idol of the aboleth. Yes.
Wonderful. Yes.
Yes, I was hoping to get it appraised before tomorrow night's festivities. I plan on displaying some of its properties before a chosen select of my friends and fellow peers, other guild masters, nobles of the sort.
Well, wonderful. If it's going to be out and about in the collection, would you mind us taking a look at it? Just for a few minutes and just kind of writing a few notes on it. That way we've got some documentation on it. And then we'll
As
be
he
right out of your hair.
As he finishes his sentence, I will summon the quill again.
Rakharish Mead takes note of your little magical quill and gives you a dragonborn's toothy smile. He says, yes, but of course there's no way to appraise an object unless you examine it yourself. He says, chop chop, Sirloin. Does a couple snaps, and Sirloin. Oops, wait, got it.
I imagine this entire time, Tails' eyes have been like dinner plate, just in awe because of this Dragonborn being in the room.
Yeah, he's actually a couple inches taller than Reshi, and he looks like he's made out of metal.
I did hit you with charisma though, so you're not full blown panicking yet.
I'm not panicking. I am definitely intrigued by this man being in the room.
Yeah, he says, come, sit around the table. Also, here's what he looks like. I forgot to blow up his picture earlier. You can see he's got like that kind of fish frill going down the back of his head, and he's got like the kind of like the.
Is he a Sagan or a dragon?
He's a dragonborn. He's just a different kind of dragonborn than Reshi. Dragonborns, like dragons, come in the 5 chromatic and the 5 metallic colors. He's a bronze dragonborn, which you would know right off the bat by knowing he's a bronze dragonborn, is he can breathe lightning instead of frost. But yes, he takes you, asks you to sit at the table while you guys await the idol being brought up here for your
where's our tea and crumpets
perusal.
So is he single or
they're on their way. You have to
mingle?
make them. You have to make them.
What'd you say, Rachel?
Is he single and looking to mingle?
You could roll a history check.
Wow.
Roll a history check. See what you know about this guy from being in town for like 3 days.
She's literally checking to see if he has any priors.
Reshi out here looking to clean up her life. I could live in this house, all right.
It's time to hang up the gloves.
So Baron, forgive my my nosiness, but what's the event tomorrow? What's going on tomorrow night? If you don't mind me asking, of course. I don't want to intrude on your.
This is of course not. It's well, I am a collector of various items and sundries, curiosities and curios. I've made my living in antiquing, trading artifacts and what have you. Whenever I come in to contact or into ownership of a rather unique or unusual item, it is I'll admit it's a bit of a prideful thing that I do to show off amongst my peers in the nobility and the upper echelons of Raven's blood, but I'll I'll frequently host a party when an artifact like this comes into my possession that the average noble or high society person hasn't seen before. This particular item is indeed a wonder. If you can even believe it, and of course I'll show it to you, if you can even believe it, this idol of the aboleth can actually store one's memory. It can store a single memory of a person inside of it, and then show it to you. Play it back in little ghostly images as it plays the scene back for you, almost as if you're watching a bardic play. It's quite a curious item.
Interesting. Is there anything in particular attuned to it currently, or whenever we take a look at it, is there something that we could play back?
Oh yes, of course. I've already taken the liberties of attuning one of my own memories to this idol.
Would you be interested in let us view that? That way we can catalog kind of sort of how that works.
Oh, but of course, we have to catalog its function, make sure that it's working, make sure it does what I purport that it does for you to get an accurate estimate of its value.
Are you getting all this, Leg? Are you writing all this down?
The pen, the quill is just furiously flying across this notebook.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Every word. And while this happens, I will pull out a ring with a big pearl on it and put it on my finger.
With a big pearl, you say?
Specifically a pearl.
Interesting. It's like, the machinations of youth. That quill would have been nice back in my scribe days before I went off, left the conservatory for the life of adventure. I can't tell you how many days my hand would cramp up copying down texts and things to send off to other sorcerers and wizards. A pen that writes by itself is a quite valuable object there, son. Don't lose it.
Mr. Rack, you said you knew lots of spells. Do you have any you could teach me while we wait?
Says I might know a spell or two. He like stretches out his neck and his shoulders, and cracks his knuckles a bit. At this point, right as he's about to like cast his spells in Sitch, I will say that Chuck, Steak, and a servant enter the room. The servant kind of puts some tea in front of you guys and a plate of biscuits, and then she leaves. But Chuck Steak stays, takes up his little guard post again.
I'd like to grab one of the biscuits and go over and hand it to Chuck because he was nice, and he said he hadn't had a biscuit before.
You hand him the biscuit. What's your passive perception, both of you guys?
15.
Perception. I don't know.
It should be like underneath your skills list. It's like, let's just say passive perception, like a bigger bar on your character sheet.
Sorry, it's 11 for me. 15 was my
13 passive wisdom. Yeah.
All right.
Like perception.
He takes the biscuit from you. You see his eyes kind of flit to something real quick, but you're not sure what he looked at. And he says, thank you, my lord. I'll save it for later. He like tucks it, like he like lifts up. He's got like not a hood like I'm wearing currently, but he has like a kind of like a handkerchief kind of like a large handkerchief around his neck. He kind of lifts it up and he like seemingly tucks it into like a pocket or like in between some folds of cloth. He's like, I'll enjoy it, like, off duty, all that.
I'd definitely not be eating it then.
He looks a little like,
Mm.
maybe he shouldn't be accepting gifts from the guests, but it would be impolite not to. Like, he's in a very odd
Weird position.
Yeah, very weird position of like etiquette. But Rock Harish me. Oops, wrong shortcut. He says, yes, a spell. Says, what are you? He says, have you any interest in the power of storms, lad? Wind and lightning.
Very much, Mr. Rack.
He says, well, let me take a look around here. He says, right, come with me. As we wait for Sir Lion to get over here. He just steps out of the doorway here. He stands across just at the outside the door. He kind of rubs his fingertips together, and you see some sparks start to kind of like almost like static electricity, right? This is not showing me
I get it.
what I need to know. Oh, give me 1 second here. Yeah, he reaches into a pouch with his other hand. And he pulls out a twig, a charred, shattered twig, about the length, almost the size of a wand, and it comes out from like a belt pouch. So you immediately know this is like a belt pouch of holding. The wand stick thing that he pulls out, much larger in like length than would normally fit in this small belt pouch of his. He pulls out this piece of wood that looks like it has been struck by lightning. And you immediately see as he's holding this item that the sparks in his hand like go from just his like claw fingernails at the tips of his fingers just to encompassing his entire hand. And he thrusts out his hand, and a beam of electricity just shoots out across the why do I not have shoots out across the hall there, and just it destroys that chair by that table across the way. And he said, yeah, that right, the one on the left there.
Do we need a red X for that chair so we know it's dead?
This chair's gone. He points at this guard over here. He says, "You there, son, clean that up." And he says, "That, my dear boy, is a spell that we like to call Witch Bolt. Have you heard of it?"
I've read about it, Mr. Rack. I've never seen it before.
Oh, it is a shockingly powerful spell. If you cast it upon an enemy, if they do not immediately succumb to its mighty power, you have the option to continue that connection until they eventually succumb. You will have to maintain concentration upon the spell to do so, but as long as you maintain concentration, you can pulse that beam of electricity to continuously damage your foes, or should that chair not have succumbed to my might, I could have kept pumping the power of the storm into that chair until it exploded, as it did so pitifully. He walks back into the room. He says, Mr. Steak, contact the town's finest furniture maker. Have them make me some lightning-proof furniture.
Some lightning-proof furniture.
He comes back over. He pulls out the chair. He kind of sits, and he kind of like reclines back into the chair. Says, "I could probably teach that to you if you have the time." He says, "It's been a while since I've taught a young mage like yourself, but passing along the tricks of my people is always a good thing." As he says that, out from the servants' quarters comes Sirloin. He enters the room again, holding an idol. Let me grab the picture here. Oops, wrong folder. One moment, please. So he produces this idol, and you'll have to forgive that the token doesn't look exactly like the actual thing in the game world, but I do my best.
Useless.
Useless. Listen. I try. Where the heck is it? Oh, here we go. So instead of being like weirdly blue, it's actually gold. It's made out of gold.
What is this thing?
But it is oh, I have to make it a little skinnier. But it is
Is it
like,
a Pokemon? What the?
it's like an octopus statue.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that
But
Squidward?
it's made out of gold. Yeah. It's not
Golden,
it's not
golden
turquoise.
Squidward. This golden
Yeah.
Squidward.
It's not turquoise. It's made out of gold. It does indeed have like, I think it's like a lamprey. It has like a circular mouth with like a bunch of razor sharp teeth that go all the way around the diameter. It's got that like right on the top of its bulbous head and 3 eyes in a vertical formation that kind of go up, quote unquote, above its mouth. If you can say that there's above a circle. It's like, you know, like a cyclops has like 1 eye, but there's like 3, right? Just like in a vertical line.
Sounds like Pokemans to me.
It's, you know, definitely not a human.
Tail is going to use Mage Hand to pick it up off the table and bring it just close enough that he can examine it. And then while that is happening, I will use my Awakened Spellbook to cast Identify through the Pearl.
Okay.
And that'll be at the 1 minute time as opposed to 10 minutes because Awakened
Alright.
Spellbook bonus.
Cool.
Do you use that pearl whenever that shit's expensive to use, isn't it?
It does not get consumed.
Okay, I was about to say.
Can it cast duplication?
Yes,
If
let's make
only.
another one right in front of the Baron, in front of the 10-foot copper sorcerer here.
I've
Yes,
noticed
that's
you have the ability to distract people occasionally, so I'm sure there's something.
You cast Identify on this thing. Trying to think of like what school of magic it would be, if there's even a school of magic associated with it. Possibly transmutation, because it does indeed like take your memory from your mind and convert it into a visual representation of that scene. So possibly transmutation. That's really the only thing that I can think of. Maybe illusion magic as well, because it is like sort of like, you know, a minor image or, you know, kind of spell.
Other than the direct effect that he described earlier, do
Yeah.
I get anything else from it? Do I get a sinister vibe? Does it feel dangerous?
It definitely looks a bit sinister. In it the magic inside of it feels chaotic, kind of. Well, not chaotic like, it doesn't feel evil, but it doesn't feel good either. Maybe sinister is the right word. I don't know. But you don't
So
think that it can do anything other than store a memory in it.
Baron,
Okay.
how long have you had this item?
I've just come across it not too long ago. I was was out of the city, so talking to some of my contacts up north in Aldborough. Says I acquired it there, and it's been in my possession for a few weeks now, a month, maybe 6 weeks.
Have you noticed it impact any of the other items you keep it stored around? I don't know if you keep things in a cellar or in a tower. I'm not 100% sure on, you know, where you like to keep your items and whatnot. But have you seen it impact any of the other items in the cellar?
He pauses, kind of strokes his chin a little. I don't believe so. No, I don't think it's affected anything. It seems to just sit there when not in use. It's I mean, it's, you know, if you were to disenchant the magic from it, it is quite valuable purely in its weight of gold. But other than
It's a beautiful
that,
piece.
well,
Wonderful piece.
it's very finely crafted, but other than that, I mean, it's just a simple trinket, you know? You can store a memory in it of a precious moment and watch it later on. This is actually, here, let me
I don't think
demonstrate.
the DM took the bait for the location.
His, the character seems distracted. As he mentions the functionality of it, he's like, oh yes, he completely forgets that you asked about where you store it, and he's like, I forgot. Like, I was supposed to demonstrate the property for you. He holds out his hand and he closes his eyes, and he like mutters a word in Draconic. I don't particularly know the command word off the top of my head. Maybe something like play or activate. I know.
Bibbidi boppity boo.
Yeah, exactly. I know, Tail, that you
Bibbidi-boppity
speak
boo.
Draconic, so you know the keyword. But yeah, the aboleth eyes kind of light up, and much like R2D2 showing you the image of Princess Leia, except, you know, shooting it out onto a table, it just shoots it up into the air. You see a less tarnished bronze dragonborn that looks exactly like Rakhari Shmi. So much more of that, you know, bronze color, right? That ruddy golden coppery color that is bronze, with a lot less of that sort of Statue of Liberty green tint that he has on his scales now. So very clearly a young Rock Harishmi is dancing at a, you can't really tell where, but you can tell it's fancy. He's in very nice robes, like real nice robes, and he's dancing with a female bronze dragonborn in some kind of ball setting. There's like, you can see ghostly undeveloped images of other dancers around them. You hear some faint music of a waltz playing, but the main memory is him dancing with this woman, this female dragonborn. He says, "Ah, yes, this is my late wife, Mathilda. As I put this memory in here to protect it from the ravages of time, while I could still remember the song we danced to that night. It'll forever stay inside this little idol, so as I grow old and forgetful, I'll never forget that last night that we had together." He kind of has to, like, you know, center himself a little bit. He says, but yes, I haven't noticed any thing happen to any of my other artifacts that I keep it with down in the vault in the basement.
Mr. Rack?
Yeah, go ahead, little buddy.
There's many protections on that vault, so it's actually.
I would like to display it at the library.
Ah, you'd like to display it at the library. Well,
We know it's very, very special, and it will be under constant guard, but we understand you don't necessarily want to get rid of it. So we would like to offer you access to the restricted wing.
the restricted wing, you say? Well, I've never been to the south chapter of the Lenore Malloy repository, and didn't
Beautiful.
even know it was being built. But
It's beautiful.
you say you have a restricted wing there.
I
Before
brought
I
one of the
agree-
books to show you some of the stuff that we have in the wing.
Very good, lad. But before I make any agreements, you'll have to amuse me. I would like a tour of this new wing of the library. I would like to make sure that you can indeed protect this trinket of mine.
Absolutely.
I would, he gets kind of stern when he says this. He says, I would be very much upset should anything happen to this idol.
Understandably. You said you have your party tomorrow night, right?
Yes. So obviously I wouldn't loan it to the library until after the party.
Of course. Absolutely. We would love to see it in action in all the splendor with the people tomorrow night. Would it be okay if we joined you guys tomorrow night?
Make a persuasion roll for me. 19. All right.
Guys, the plan's changing.
He gets a bit of a wry smile on his face. He says, Mr. Monarch, I didn't quite peg you for someone who wanted to climb the social ladder, but we all do have our surprises, don't we?
It's fun. It's fun, right, Baron? It's, every now and then you like to take a little bit of time and do something interesting and fun. And I'd love to see the reactions from the other guests when they get to see this thing. This thing is magnificent, and that would be great. If you'll have us.
He says, yes, but of course. Anything for scholarly fellows such as myself. He
Mr.
turns, sorry, yes?
Can we bring two of our guard friends? That way it can be safe. And I think you'd really like Miss Reshi. She's very pretty and strong.
He says, I've no doubt that you have good taste in hired help.
Just so you know that we've got good people, taking care of these items. It would be great if you could just take just a moment just to meet two of our head our head people,
3 because
Wouldn't it be
Dama.
He
Dominic can sit outside.
He's our healer if it goes south.
Well, we'll sneak him. Look, we're gonna
The
get
giant turtle
help.
and
No, we're gonna
Sure.
get him as help. It's all right. It'll actually be more fun if he's help anyway, because that's just fun to watch him. I'm handing out glasses of wine,
he summons a mage hand that pulls some of the parchments and a quill and some ink and a candle and a little stand that goes around the candle. He puts a pan, like a little golden, or not golden, but a little brass pan above, like on this little cage that goes above and around the candle. Puts some wax pellets in the little pan. He kind of snaps his fingers and a spark of lightning lights the candle, which you can see starts to heat the pan and melt the wax. While that's happening, he takes his quill and some glittery gold ink that like shimmers with flecks of gold in it, and he starts writing. And he says, these are some invitations. One for Mr. Monarch, and one for his friend Leg. I'll give both of you a +1
Wonderful.
guest. You can bring each of you can bring a guest along with you, and of course your servants don't count as guests. They will be relegated to the servants' quarters during the festivities, but should you need any of them, sirloin here or chuck steak will of course be around, as well as any of the other guards or servants of mine. If you need something specifically from one of your servants, we can have them sent for. But I don't foresee any issues of that magnitude arising. There'll be wine and ales and meads. There'll be food. There'll be music.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much, Baron. Thank you.
Every desire shall be taken care of. But yes, he signs both of them, a giant flourish, handwriting, very much like a John Hancock sized signature on these invitations. He folds them and has his mage hand bring over his little stamp weight thing pours some wax onto the fold of one of the invitations and lets the stamp go onto it for a few seconds, pulls the stamp off, seals the other invitation with little bits of ribbon stuck into the wax, and hands both of you, one in each hand, just right across the table, hands you the invitations. He says, all you have to do is show the gate guard the invitations tomorrow night. He'll check you off the guest list. He'll record the names of your guests just so we know who all was here. I like to keep a running list of the people at my parties. If any of you prove to be entertaining guests, I like to invite you back to further revelries here at the manor. He says, he pulls out a pocket watch and looks at the time and says, well, I'm glad that you showed up early. It looks like I have a half-hour gap in my day. Gentlemen, if you have any questions, Sir Loin will be at your beck and call. If not, then I will see you tomorrow night. He walks out into the main foyer here and stretches himself out real weird.
Plans might have changed again here.
You got 10 minutes to figure out what you're going to do before the other people show up and say, who the hell is that? And there is no Southern Branch.
Yeah.
You've got about 5 minutes, actually. Maybe not even that much.
We might.
Question.
Hold on. Doesn't Tail knows them, right?
Yeah, I should know them, right? Because I am from the library.
Yeah. You do know a guy named Jonah who works as an appraisal at the library.
Is Jonah a big boy?
I mean,
He's probably a librarian.
He's like an average
Wait.
built
Hold
human.
on, guys. Why
Hey,
are
Money, you still out there?
Yeah, I'm just sleeping in a bush.
We might have you pop him when he shows up.
But why are we trying to join this guild and like steal this thing? Like I don't remember.
I
the
said that
reason.
days ago.
What is the fucking point? We have our own guild. What if we make friends with this nobility, actually take it back to the library, and then we have a hand in something good?
I've already been lying.
I know, but now we can make it the truth. I don't know. I'm just asking why we're joining this like guild of ruffians.
Because it's funny.
All right, fine.
I actually like the idea of actually displaying the item, and then later, if we change our mind on whether or not we like this dude, we can
We'll just
sell
steal it
to
from the
guy.
library. We could just steal it. We can steal it
that,
from the
yeah,
What
library.
if you just
easily
tell
go
the
back
guy the
into it.
truth,
Yeah.
and then somehow we turn this around on the guys who wanted to steal it?
Do we fuck them?
I'm
Yep.
just saying, like we
I'd
don't
rather
need
double
these
cross the
ruffians.
thieves than the nobility.
We don't need the ruffians at all. We're our own set of ruffians.
That's the best way I've ever heard it described. We're basically
mean-
murder hobos.
That's what I'm saying. We're them, but we're better.
I mean, to be honest,
Morally,
I think
better,
it.
probably. Maybe.
Gene doesn't. He doesn't really give a shit which way this goes, as long as he makes a little bit of money and has a good story to tell. So he's willing to like backstab the backstabbers.
Well,
To-
let's
I
Like, it
say-
really doesn't
turn it
matter to
around
me.
and take a fake to the thieves and then fucking rob their.
Can we?
Well, it's
Is there any way we can?
Well, I
How-
have the
how-
exact measurements and texture of the item.
I was about to say, you've basically got this whole item run down, right?
I could make a convincing clone provided we have the right supplies.
Okay, then we're good here.
And
Um,
the time, probably, right?
I mean, we weren't given a time limit on when we needed to get the thing.
True.
We can we catch what's the guy's name? John? What's his name?
Jonas.
Jonas. Can we catch Jonas and explain to him that we are kind of doing a weird to try to sabotage some shady characters that we met in the sewers?
You can certainly try.
And just to
That
say,
might
hey,
mess
look,
things up though.
Let's
we just let him know, hey, look, we're trying to procure something very special for your library. But we,
Sure.
in order, and if we have to later on, we can apologize to the Baron and say, hey, look, we needed to see this thing so we could take care of these guys. And I actually, you know what, the Baron will probably be very pleased when he finds out that these assholes.
Well, you do
Aren't a
have a
problem
silver
anymore?
tongue, Rowan. You might be able to convince him that it's all for the best.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
just let him know that people want to steal it from him, and we're trying to make sure that
we
it's
were
safe.
actually,
Yeah.
sure. We definitely weren't going to
All
steal it,
right,
and then had a change of heart once we saw that it was holding the memories of his dead wife in it. Absolutely did not. We did. That's
And
not
he has
what
a new
happened
wife
at all.
for him. So.
all right.
Maybe we can get
so
paid by both sides.
so how about this? I have to use the little DM's room. When we take a 5, you guys collect your thoughts about what you
Where we wanna go with
specifically
this?
want to like talk to Jonas, if you want to talk to Jonas, whatever, all that jazz. And we can do that conversation when we get back from break. Just as a point, I want to say this on camera. This right here is a very beautiful moment in the life of a DM where 2 weeks ago when you guys gave up the quest for the sword, and right now in this moment as you're realizing why are we working for the Thieves Guild, is showing you guys on camera, new players starting to get the grasp of like the difference between Dungeons and Dragons and a video game, right? Like in a video game, you just do the next thing that comes up, right? Like some guy's like, hey, I need you to go catch my chickens for me. And you're like, all right, that's guess the thing that the game wants me to do. Whereas D&D is just like, you are people making choices. You have agency. And like, I think it's really beautiful to see you guys starting to like realize like, you don't have to do every little thing that just happens to come your way, you don't have to search for a sword just because you find a scabbard in a magic shop. You don't have to work for a thieves guild just because some shady dude approaches you in an adventurer's bar, And I think I just wanted to point that out because I think that is a very beautiful and prominent thing that many new players of this game have that realization, at some point in their career, that they're like, oh, we are actually people with actual like motivations and the power, the agency of choice in this game. And we don't have to do every little thing that the DM says is available to us.
Well, he's a dickhead, so that's probably for the best.
It is. He is.
Aw.
He's a shitbag. But anyway,
Bathroom break.
we're going to go on a quick bathroom break here. And when we come back, our group is going to try and intercept the actual guy who was supposed to be appraising this item. For, well, who knows what they'll say to him. Stick around after the break, everybody. We've got another like 45 minutes to an hour of game left. We'll be right back.
Finish
And
strong,
we
guys.
are back. Back from the break.
Hi, guys.
When we last left off, Rowan and Tail, under the guise of Minoc and Leg, looked at the idol of an aboleth, which is now no longer in front of them. You guys were then if you have any quick questions for the guards, just let me know. We can get those answered. But you're escorted back out to the front gates of the property, back out into the city streets of Ravensblood Hollow. where you, I believe, intend to intercept one Jonas the librarian, a appraiser who works for the Lenore Malloway repository, and was the original guy who was supposed to be appraising this idol. So go ahead. You guys can give me either you guys can pick someone to roll with advantage, or if you want to roll like two separate perception checks to look for Jonas. Let me know who's gonna roll and what you're gonna roll, and go for it.
Should I take my disguise off?
Probably.
I mean, that's
I love the idea that you're still out there in like a skull leotard and stuff, but you're wearing like some glasses and a fake nose.
So I have 2 in perception and I have bardic twice. So I can do a perception with bardic, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you
I'll
can
roll
do
that.
Perception with bardic,
What do I just do my perception and then do plus?
and then add
What?
a d6 to it. Yeah.
Okay.
So roll
Kitty
roll a
is still in
D6.
the mansion, by the way.
That is true.
That
Cat
didn't
is-
need bardic though.
He's just
don't
napping in the.
It's up to you if you want to use it or not. You
All
roll a
right, I'll add
15.
my bardic. So D6. Give me a second.
Hey, a
Okay.
6. So with a total of 21, as so you Reshi were kind of scanning the perimeter of the house and waiting outside with Quothe. You see at the front gates, from the front gates down the pathway, you see Rowan and Tail kind of come out. They're talking with 2 rather, armor-clad gentlemen who look much more official than like the normal not palace, but like the normal mansion guards. They're wearing slightly better armor, carry themselves in a more powerful position. They kind of like, wave off Rowan and Tail as they start coming down the pathway. And you see a real nerdy looking dude. Like, we're talking like Clark Kent looking motherfucker. Just like baggy clothes, glasses that are like sliding down his face. He's got to push up constantly. He like trips on a pebble and drops some books and like some papers, and he like cleans them up. And he starts like, after he cleans up his like papers and stuff, he starts like looking around at the manors and mansions on this street. And he's like clearly looking for a place. Like he seems to be in the vicinity of where he's supposed to be. And he starts heading towards the gate that you guys are standing near as Rowan and Tail are walking down the path. It looks like they're going to converge at the gate at the same time. This fumbling, bumbling gentleman and Rowan and Tail.
Do I need to say something
You
here?
think
I was gonna
should
say
approach
no.
him?
Hearing no intervention.
No, hold on.
No, I want to approach him.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was. I've done a lot of talking here. I'm trying to let some other people kind of do the.
No, that's fair. I was just telling Reshi what she saw, and then there was a pause, so I thought maybe she wasn't doing anything. You want to approach this guy?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, hey, what's going on, man? Do you need some help?
He's like,
Look, you're struggling a little bit.
he's kind of stuffed up, seasonal allergies and whatnot. He's like, yes, I'm looking for the guild masters for matter for the merchants guild. There's He's apparently I'm supposed to be doing an appraisal.
So
you have to know where that
an appraisal already went down, so everything's good.
No,
we're walking towards him, right?
This is the appraisal is supposed to oh no, he checks his like pocket watch. He's like, I was supposed to be here 5 minutes ago.
Yeah, let's approach here.
Yeah,
Intervene here.
Yeah, by this time, like, he's talking to Reshi. Tail, Rowan, you guys get let out the front gates. You're back out on the city streets. Tail, you're obviously, you're 20, fixes right on to Reshi, and then you see that she's talking to Jonas.
Okay. I'm gonna approach and stand next to Miss Reshi.
Tail, so this gentleman is looking to appraise a item. I was just letting him know that it's already been appraised and everything's fine now.
He like looks down at you, Tail. He's like, oh, Tail, I didn't know. I thought you were off doing becoming. I believe your father said you were becoming your own man now.
I heard about the statue and I thought it might be nice to put on display because Dad likes collecting things. So I came to find out if we could do that.
He's like, oh yes, sure, you could accompany me to do the appraisal.
I already did, and then I'm just gonna turn my notebook around and show him every detail that has been eloquently described in the notes.
He takes off his glasses, and then he puts on a much thicker pair of glasses that like.
He went from glasses to Coke bottles.
Yeah, I'm talking literally like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys style glasses,
pretty good.
Just like
That's pretty
huge eyes. And he's like, "Oh, let me take a look at your see, interesting. Okay, I know some of these words."
Like Cartman a little bit in South Park.
It looks like everything's in order here. He sneezes a raucous sneeze into his like shirt collar, like pulls it above his face, and then he's like, "Oh, that was a wet one. Damn pollens." Ugh.
I'm gonna back away like 6 feet because COVID. So
I'm gonna use prestidigitation to clean my notebook.
No, I'm sorry, very, very sorry about that, Taylor. Just you know how it is this time of year for me.
I like this guy.
You can see through his like Coke bottle eyes that is like bloodshot, just like clearly like hay fever. He's like, well, if you've done the appraisal, I suppose it's I suppose we just return to the library and show your father what you found out, and he can put an estimate for insurance on this item.
sounds good. Thank you so much.
We'll meet you back at the library.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you have a great day. Tails, new friends. You seem like nice.
You too, buddy.
Take care, buddy.
You seem like nice people.
Get some rest. Eat some what's it called? Benadryl? I don't know.
Benna who? I don't
Banana drill.
Benadryl.
Drennabil. Drennabil, because that's the thing we do backwards. So Drennabil.
Is the Drennabil a healer of some kind?
It's a magic
Yeah,
spell.
it'll make your allergies feel better.
You can find it at Mr. Minock's place.
The 3Ms.
Or plug in Minoc.
Just don't touch his hat. Just don't touch his hat.
Oh, I would never touch the Infinite Hat. It's way too powerful of magic for someone like me to handle. You know, I keep turning to any hat.
I heard that hat was really easy to rip. I don't. That's just what I hear. That's just what they say. I don't know.
It's Achilles heel.
I'll
Or it's heel Achilles.
If someone ripped his hat, then they must be a powerful sorcerer unforetold to this universe in the history of the universe.
Nah, I think it's
But-
probably pretty easy to tear it.
It was a
but
different
I'll-
universe.
I'll
Yeah.
head
we're all
over
They
good.
cast
to a
dumb luck
different
on it,
what?
it's like
No. Did you
No,
say a
just go-
different?
we'll
you
see you at the
can-
library, buddy. It was
get
really,
Oh,
really nice
yeah.
to meet you.
Okay, I'm gonna go to Minox and get some Drenabil.
There you go. We'll see you there, buddy.
He shuffles
Oof.
off 20 yards down the road, drops his books again, like clearly a sad sack character. Like some he like picks up his books, a little kid like kicks him in the shins, he drops them again. You
Jesus.
feel like this happens to him all the time. He like doesn't even react. He's just like, yeah, this is my life.
I hate these kids in the city.
I know you've killed 2 of them, haven't you? No,
We
just
know.
1 so far.
Oh man.
How far away is this kid from me?
let's
Oh
go on.
no,
Let's
like
move along.
30
Is he-
yards, like
Hurting
90,
children.
95 feet, something like that.
Okay, then I can't do what I wanted to. Continue.
So yeah, you've successfully like shied Jonas away from the manor, so he's not gonna like go in there and reveal that you're like lies immediately.
All right, so
Um,
we're in a good spot here, guys.
For now.
Yeah, pretty solid. Shall we go back to our little
Yeah,
abode?
we should go back to the sewers and go whoop some ass, or whatever else.
Do you
guys
want to
wanna
just
do.
roll right in there, or do we want to make a? We need to make a fake of this thing so they'll come. so
Yeah,
they'll
we
lead us
kind of
back to-
because we might get away with something where we could get the payment and then take them for.
That's a good
Lead
idea.
is heavy. We could make some lead and then cover it in gold. I mean,
We have to have
transmutation
Jeannie
mages
do,
are very common.
Yeah, no, you're right, Sam. We got to do Jeannie's deception thing too when we get there.
Sounds good to me.
So go back to the end for planning.
Yep.
Yeah, let's head back to the end.
Alright. So you guys head back to the Adventurers Guild Inn. So you want to look for a transmutation wizard that can help you disguise a lead idol.
Yeah, I want to.
Should be pretty relatively easy.
I want a very thin layer of gold. Like if you were to scratch it, it wouldn't give it away. But if you were to like really get into it, it would.
Okay. I do believe at level 2, a transmutation wizard can actually transmute lead into gold for like an hour.
Yeah, let's do that. let's do that. I'm sure we'd be able to find a level 2 mage then. Because I've never played transportation mages. So
I played one once.
Was that the road
Back in my day.
Well, that's 14th level. Minor alchemy. So it is. You can transform a special alchemical procedure on one object composed entirely of wood, stone, not gemstone, iron, copper, or silver, transforming it into a different one of those materials. So you can't turn something into gold, unfortunately. I don't know. You could probably do something with like illusion spells then.
I'll spray paint this son of a bitch gold.
I was about to say.
I'm really seriously, I'm not even joking. We'll just paint it gold. Just paint it gold.
That he had gold ink.
Just paint this son of a
Oh,
bitch
we
gold.
did. We could
Oh,
use gold ink.
I've got it. I am going to use my magical quill to paint it gold because my magical quill produces an ink in any color of my choice on a writing surface. So provided I can write on it, I can turn it gold.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, really, the only thing that constitutes a writing surface is if the surface has enough texture to it to, pull ink off of a quill.
If not, we'll just dip it in gold paint.
Yeah,
Hold
we
on a
could do
sec.
that
Give me
too.
a second, guys.
Okay. While we wait for Jeannie, so you're gonna try and do this by yourself. You're not looking for a wizard, correct?
I would look for a wizard or someone in there that would allow us to shape it quickly.
Okay. Then go ahead and give me an investigation roll, to kind of suss out around town, who might be able to do such a job on a short notice.
16, sir.
16. That there is maybe a wizard at the at a mage college that works closely with the library that might be able to do a polymorph. I don't think works on objects, does it?
No, the spell we're looking for is mold stone.
Mold stone. What level spell is that?
I believe it's 2nd level. It's either 2nd level or a cantrip. Or no, mold earth. That's what it is. Mold. Yeah.
Earth.
Sorry, we had a little bit of a puppy battle royale going.
Oh, that's
here.
a cantrip. Yeah, you
It
can
happens.
you'll definitely be able to find a wizard at the wizard college to be able to do that. In fact, with a 16, you're probably friends with a guy who can cast that spell.
So we figured out we got somebody who can just paint this thing
We're
gold.
gonna paint it gold. Yep.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Tail is going to ask for a favor from one of his wizard buddies so that we can make a display for the library.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no,
So-
because we'll BS it. I got high deception.
If things go south, I have a moonbeam scroll, so things might go well.
I mean, if they go
And-
south, we're gonna blast these
We're gonna
guys.
fight our way out, but I'm just saying I can do some stuff with that.
I mean, I'm not gonna blast them. You guys are gonna blast them. That's why we have a 7-foot dragon. A 7-foot
Exactly.
dragon and this fucking giant man meat guy, the Mr. Man of
I'm ready for things to go south.
exactly.
Got
That's
his
the
mask
split.
on. He's keeping his 6-foot distance, but he's gonna do it. It'll be all right.
All right, let me read mold earth real quick. Target loose earth cause shapes, colors, or both to appear on dirt or stone. And cause it to be okay. Yeah, you can take just like some metal or some stone and probably disguise it with a couple castings of that spell. All right. So real quick, what is your game plan? Tail knows of an apprentice wizard that knows the cantrip to be able to do that, and then what are you gonna do with the item? Because I think.
Meet back up with the guy. Say, hey, look, we procured the item. We need to get back together to
Yeah. Again, this is only gonna last for an hour. The changes are gonna last only for an hour. So you're gonna have to have this apprentice friend of Tails.
So let's
do
meet up.
this
Let's
within
meet
an
up with the
hour.
guys. Let's meet up with the
So that-
guys. Set
yeah.
a time. And then do this transmutation before we go. Does that
Okay.
seem reasonable?
Yeah, I like
Do
it.
it.
All right. So flash forward. It is now the evening. The Adventurers Guild is hustling. It's bustling. There is a bard singing some kind of lute song. A tale of a Goliath with an axe who murdered some kind of dude with a squid head long ago. And you see you've been here like the whole day waiting to meet up with Jethro, the guy who took you to meet the
Is his
Two
last name
Fingers.
Toll?
What?
Is his last name Toll? Jethro Toll?
No, he doesn't have a last name.
Oh, boo.
No.
Boo.
Very much no. It's his last name is actually Biggs. Jethro Biggs.
Does he have a brother, Wedge?
Do they call him Mr.
Yeah.
Big?
Oh my gosh.
They
I
haven't before. Anyway, you've been waiting for this guy to show up in the Adventurers Hall, and you've been there hanging out all day long, and you didn't see him come through the door. You didn't see him come downstairs. You literally just see him walk out of a shadowy corner of the room.
Nice.
He was not there this after. He just appears from a shadow into the room. He literally walks past the bar, and as he walks past the bar, you see the bartender, just as if it's on a schedule, slide a glass of whiskey down the counter as he steps out of the shadow. As he's walking like one step, two step past the bar, he just puts his hand out. The glass almost falls off the bar, but he catches the glass, just saunters across the room, and sits down in the booth with you guys. Takes a long sip.
I forgot this dude was cool.
Yeah, he's like you, but cool. He's like you, and he wears all black. He's got an eye patch and a scar across his eye.
Speaking of being cool, I can put my normal.
You're no longer in disguise, yeah.
No longer in disguise. I mean,
He says to you, so, how goes the planning?
We got the relic for you.
You have got the already? That's mighty surprising. Let's see it.
hold on here. I'm familiar with some other acquisition groups, if you know what I'm saying, and sometimes,
A wry
Thing is-
smile comes across his face. You see his left upper canine is actually made out of gold.
you see, sometimes seeing is believing, but believing is seeing. You know what I'm saying? So we need.
Just like
I
my
say-
mama always said. So like I said, I need to see it to believe that you have it. And then I can take it. And in a few days, some compensation will just happen to, metaphorically fall
I
out
know
of
that
a
in 2
wagon
days
in
it's
front
gonna
of
go
you.
by. No, brother.
No,
How do we know
bud.
those few days are gonna go by and you're not gonna just take it and sell it and just leave us high and dry?
Well, obviously we gotta take it and sell it, or else we're gonna pay you.
You said you had the money, and I saw
That's
a bunch
your
of gold when we were in
We
there earlier.
saw, yeah, we saw great
got the
big
money.
old thing. You got the cash.
You also offered more than just cash. There are things I need.
He says, "Oh, look, little fella, I am just the guy who delivers things. I deliver people to the boss. I deliver things to the boss. I deliver things from the boss back to the people. I'm just a middleman. You dig? I'm
Well,
sure whatever you asked for will be in your care package. Just stay here at the guild hall for a couple of days, and
I don't. This is how we're gonna do this.
it'll
We're
be
gonna
in your
do.
It's
chest
less than
one
an hour
morning."
to come up with it.
I think what we are gonna actually do is we're all gonna get together, and we're gonna go back, and I'm gonna hand it straight to the boss.
And
If
he's
you
gonna pay
really
us
want
then.
this thing, if you really want it, then I would feel more comfortable. This is supposed to be an audition, right? This is like a job. Like I I'm I'm testing you guys out too.
He
And I don't
starts.
really like how this is going.
He starts to think
I mean,
about
maybe
it.
we
Make
need to
a
sell this thing
persuasion.
ourselves. Guys, maybe we need to sell this thing ourselves.
He says, "Friend, that would be a mightily, mightily massive error in judgment on your part if you were to try and sell an item that the boss has already laid claim to. You think that it's not going to get back to him, that you went and you fenced it somewhere else."
Oh, no. I
um,
110% believe it'll get back to him. What I'm saying is if he wants to do business with us, he's going to need to trust us and give us a little bit of respect here.
Make a persuasion check.
Do. Where is my persuasion? There it is. Da-da-da. Big rolls.
I would like to assist him, by the way. Well,
Alright,
it doesn't look like he needs it.
You said that before it popped up on my screen, so if Jeannie, if you want to roll again to see if you can roll higher than a 17, feel free.
No.
8, so 17.
17's not bad.
17's not bad. He says, "Alright, it's gonna be like that then, is it? I suppose
Look,
I can try
Look,
and
I don't
set
want to
up
be difficult.
another
I just
meeting
want to,
with
you
the
know.
boss, man. You know, Two Fingers, he's a really busy guy, and typically the way it works is you'd hand over the merchandise, I deliver it to him, I deliver you your payment, and if and when there's more jobs that we need you for, then we would contact you in various ways. Maybe not me, but someone would get a hold of you.
I
But
understand that,
if
but
you
this is our
really-
first time, and I'd really like to do this face to face this first go around, get a feel for things, and then go from there. All right. It's this first go ahead. All right. You know how it is, man. You don't. We're filling each other out. I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to make sure things are on the level. Once we get this first one out of the way, look, it's going to be smooth sailing. You're going to love working with us. You see how quickly we got this thing?
He says, "I like, pretty boy, I like you. You remind me of me when you were my age." He says,
I appreciate that.
He says, "All right. I'll try and set up a meeting. Let's either if I can swing it, it'll be sometime tomorrow. Tomorrow night. How about that?
Okay.
If not tomorrow, then the next day."
Oh, come on now.
He'll slug back his whiskey, leave the glass at your table. He kind of just like out of thin air, he like reaches out and like plucks a cigarette out of nowhere. He like lights it. Takes a long drag. He says, "All right. I'll be in contact. Make sure nothing happens to our item. And just keep your ear to the ground and wait for my signal." He walks back towards that shadowy corner of the tavern, and he takes another long drag off his cigarette, and he flicks it over the bar, and you like see it like slosh down into like a spittoon that's like on a counter like behind the bar. Like literally, he like flicks it like 35 feet across the fucking bar. Right in, sinks it like fucking Jordan. And then just shadows, and he's gone in the corner. And as you guys sit and wait for your meeting time with good old Fearin' Two Fingers Fix Badge, they call him Two Fingers because that's how he takes his scotch and your wallet.
God.
We will say...
God, I want to get this guy fucked up so bad. This is a stupid name.
We're gonna get him, guys.
Oh, man. I would just like to thank everybody for playing tonight. And this is where we say, through critical hits and critical fails, these are the Osrynn Tales. Thanks for playing, everybody. You guys know where to find them. Chaddist_Chad and a Genie Bruh. They stream during the weeks. Check them out, everybody. Our buddy Alex will be back with movies here shortly. I believe no movie coming up this week. You can hit.
We may get one midweek.
Maybe one midweek. You can get those links. And yeah, stick around after the credits here. We're gonna find some cool cat or kitten to raid, as the kids say these days. And yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Take care.
Our friends stream almost nightly during the week. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday in the afternoons Eastern from 3 to 7. Come hang out with me. I'm working on a D&D module, so if you like D&D, come on by. I'm working on a D&D module set in the world of Osrynn for the next couple of weeks. And you can get those channel points and buy people's names and create characters. And hopefully we'll come up with a combat soon that you can give bosses extra attacks so that I can pummel these guys for double-crossing a thieves guild.
Also, don't do that.
Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
Bye, guys.
Bye.